Like 3 of my plan. Okay, so since my last stream, I can't remember if anything. This has been built. Sorry if it's a bit laggy. There was a lot on this map, and my controller's on a bit of a freak out. So here's the new dock. There's a ship. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is the new part of the dock. A lighthouse here. These are for ships, and not our ships turn up here, and warships and bits. So this is our dock ships, which are supplies. Next up, we have the new walling system. So let's have a talk about this. So you will see bits of wall everywhere. So the wall goes all the way around this area, as you can see. This is the only built up part. A lot of it is just like this at the minute, really skinny, just bits and bobs. The wall goes all the way along here, all the way up here, and it goes miles along, all the way past my older stuff. So yeah, this is pretty big. So yeah, my project is this so far. As you can see, it's extended all the way around the entire area. That is the city. So I explained the last one's like law, and this is going to be a big city. And so I'm building this. Now, I don't know how much I showed in the last stream, but let's go into the shopping centre. So we've got the checkpoints, which are going to be introduced some other points later on. Got the docks, you've seen all that before, hopefully. So we've got some shops in here. Hopefully you've seen all this before. If not, we've got some new bits. We've got a bakery. We've got a temple, an empty shop, a shop that's empty. So we've got a few empty bits. We've got upstairs here, which is empty, except from here, which is the hotel. This is where things get a bit fun. So past here is the hotel's first floor, which goes all the way along. Then a special captain's quarter because it's naval bay. Second floor, third floor, and we've got the fourth, final floor. Yeah, so there's 45 rooms in this place. And some have double beds, some have singles. Yeah, big hotel has been built in here. You've got the staff bit to the roof, which I haven't put in. So yeah, welcome to the hotel. Next floor. Up here. See, in the last one I said I would mention something. So there was a lot up here. There's something up here. Yep, it's the private areas, boys. And that's all of this building covered. I think there's some other bits, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, the pink, this is the small trading station up here, where we buy stuff off you. They get sent away. This is a little smaller trader. And here's the fishing food market and the farming food market. Yeah, so you can get fresh vegetables and fresh fish. If I haven't shown it off already, okay, here's the chapel. You can see the big statue up there. Yeah, got the Magna shop down here. That was always there. So yeah, hopefully I remember to put I built this for. So security part. I've mentioned all this sort. Security part's been built up a bit more since my last build. A lot has changed in here. Pretty much the same. So we have a ship from a neighbouring country, and no, it's not Mexico. This is the flag of another independent nation. So we're the Pink Fox Empire, with the Pink Empire. So we very powerful, very big. This is another ally. So you can see we're very advanced, and these are other nations' level of shipping. They have wooden ships because we have more money, we're more scientifically advanced. This is a ship from a nation I haven't made the name of yet, that is less scientifically well forward, because they're, let's say their area they're from has war warfare, so it's like Africa in this world, in our world, but it's a bit less than everyone else because of warfare and constant fighting. So this is the ship. It's giant, it's wooden. I tried to make an actual realistic looking thing for some rigging and some for the sails, but I ended up making this, and it looks kind of fantasy like, and I actually really like it, so it looks kind of cool. So I'm keeping that. We've got the bells, one there, one up there. Got captain's quarters and all that lot. Then if we go down, we've got the cannons. Each one has a chest which is empty, and these are supposed to look like the lighters. So there's the cannon, there's the load. You get my drift. This ship would have, let's see, 2 men per gun. A lot of people. Down here's all going to be just bedding, because it's one of those. Here's the cargo. So yeah, it's a wooden ship. Bits are not being finished because I have things I need to do. This is my latest build, and since the last one, my last play, I don't know if I've had the recording, it was just like a wooden box out here. Alrighty. So I've shown you the wall. So the changes are, I've expanded the empire a bit. A new ship has been built. My game's a bit laggy now, so every so often I'll build some blocks and then the blocks will disappear. It's not deleting any of my old stuff, thank fuck. It's just literally after I play them, sometimes it deletes them after. So I have to look out for noise, which is annoying, but there's quite a bit needs doing. The wall is like my last priority in this game, but I just wanted to get like the bases down so I know what to build in. So what's going to be happening is soon, I'm thinking there's 4 sections. There's actually a split amount of sections. So here's 1, there's 4. So that's 1. This is 2. This is 3, because there's a gate here, and this is 4. I think in this area I'll have just houses and loads of little village parts. In here, trading shops and military bits. In here, don't know, think about it later. Because this is all the main city. So this would be the upper class. Maybe this will be both be middle class, and this is the lower class. But that wouldn't make sense because that would make the train station vulnerable. So I'd say, I think that would be the lower class. Yeah, because everything with checkpoint, that would make sense. So when I build houses, what do I build? Well, there are 4 types of buildings that I'm going to build. So when I build military or big expositions, I just use stone brick, because I'm building this world, because in Minecraft it's like build it gold with this. Most of my things are made of concrete. This is supposed to be a brick. This world is supposed to be like an actual world. So like if Minecraft had actual kingdoms, this would be like. So I have buildings in here I've built which are just brick and wooden. Lots of wooden buildings, because that's the resources you would have. Like this area here, these are all wooden buildings I've built because it's that type of area. Resource wise, this is what you would have, if that makes sense. Still haven't finished the underground farm. with a new wall here, you can kind of see the point of what I'm doing, because that's like the inner wall, that's an indestructible wall. This is an out wall, so to get the point across. Also, if you want to see what I mean, oh, then it's working now. Okay. Yeah, it's massive. Now it might lag a bit, so over there it's going to lag a lot because there's a lot of stuff, and so things break a lot. I could do some things about that, like change render difference, alright? So as you can see, the resources in this area are, we've got sand, we've got a giant forest this side, villages are all here, so we scavenge everything out of those. Now, to this side, where the old abandoned village is, that way is our enemy. They're that way. So we have fortresses like this around. And if you don't think these are tactical or anything, you're wrong. I could show you. So with a bow, these are very useful. You can go up there if you see more. These are actually like military bunkers, but they're very useful because crouched, you can get a good sight there, but it also protects you a lot more, in theory. This one on your hand is actually my best one, because you can choose to go like that, or you can go like that. So you've got a perfect sight line to shoot out at people. It's kind of difficult because I'm using a controller, but on PC it's probably easier. Here's the fortress with the tiny windows again because it's military. And there's a stairwell up. This one's made of polished stone. It's really nice. So is this one. It's like really nice fortresses just out here. And the point is, that village was destroyed by an old army. This city was built in a new area. These fortresses were built, I actually built these before even that wall was put up. Before even that, no, that wall was there, but that was mainly empty, and I've just fenced off this place. So it's more of a, I actually had the pathway all the way through here, was there longer than this. So that pathway was there, and I was just fencing on this. So a lot has changed since then. So you can see the fort on the hill up there, forts here, and they're protecting this way. This village, I've got some plans. I'm going to cut down this forest. Over here, I'm going to put a smaller port. I mean small. So it's like this village's people transfers and all that lot. Oh, that's strange. As you can see, this is a tiny village, and they have their own flag. They're this symbol, owned by this group of our nation. So the cross, pink cross, that's not the cross, that's the Anglo flag, but the cross one over there, you can see it, the big like England looking one. That one is the richer part of our kingdom, the powerful military part. This part, this flag means you're in more of another type of kingdom's one. They're more of a housing benefits and that thing. There's a prison built here because things. So they're more into the architecture science. This lot's more military and rich, so they buy this lot a lot of stuff. And the smaller flags we use on small villages and towns and things like that, because it represents they are neutral, but this is just because this town's owned by us. So his laws. Yeah, so no personal items is a law in this kingdom. What that means to the level, so to explain the level of that, you can own stuff, you can own items, you cannot own land, you cannot own a vehicle. If you have a boat, you have to have a license. If you don't have a license, then it's classed as personal use, and if it's personal use and not for fishing industry or any use, it's punishable by firing line. Yep. just to recap, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, this is a trading centre. A small North Sand Trading Post Service. Very small. There's books here. They are actually not fully filled in. They just have the government trading, transport trading. Transport trading is the boats. It's small boats. Power, Empire and UEP. They're two different empires of Power, Empire and UPE. Because we're an empire, and here's all the trading. Unlike in the docks, if you saw my other videos, there's a whole underground thing for that pink building I went flying past in the trading hall. I'll show you in a minute. Has one of these, and it's the catalogues of everything done. This one has that, so they can mark where it's going. Like all of these. And there's some small houses on one. Before I'm building this outer wall, there's still going to be these anyway. These little towers have a bell. Oh shit! Click the button. Sorry about that. Clicked the button. Didn't mean to. Should come back. Okay, there we go. We're back again. So there's small bell towers. They'll be used to warn others. Because bells aren't that long distance in this game, which really annoys me. There's a bell there, there's a bell there, you know, someone run up and whatever. There's small houses on here. So you have money out here, this is what you can afford. This is literally a good price house. Here's the local club. Here's the local trader. Here's the library. And free accommodation. You can only stay that for a day. Inside this place there is a library. There's different sections and all that lot for things and bobs. Back here is an empty room. Propaganda. Now, we categorize anything by any other country as propaganda, because propaganda works. But yeah, we're a very propaganda society, very strict, and a lot of our nation's pride is based on you fear us. Now, we're a very powerful and very scientific nation, so we have advanced bombers, nukes. Basically, we've that big blob of a submarine, where is it? Somewhere over in that direction. Is that one there? You can see it in the distance. Probably not, because it's probably blurry. But that way, there's a giant nuclear submarine, 2 nuclear missiles in it. And that's the point. We have nuclear weapons. We're very advanced, more than other nations. I've shown you the underground tunnels. I should have. You've got all the wooden nations, beehives, the laws. So, in games like communist games like Papers, Please, you remember, or some other games like shit, I can't remember the name of it. There's giant archives of laws. This is the laws. Yes, all these books are working laws in this country. All of these are laws. Zero freedom laws. I can't remember what it stands for, because I think it stands for, but there's loads of laws, literally hundreds. Then there's also the classified diamond area, the collector's research law, which is the specialist law. So these would be probably not laws, but you get the point. People could come around and have a look at the most important laws for this kingdom. So if you're a terrorist, this is a place you'd want to attack, but you wouldn't. Because what our laws are, these are the old laws transferred into new laws transferred to something else. If you broke our kingdom's laws, or you tried to stage rebellion, we go martial laws. At night time, if you're not in your house, you get shot. And during the day, if you're not permissioned out, you get shot. So you get the idea. So yeah, this place gets the point across. Lots of churches. There's the flag. If you want to know what the full flag looks like, there's a dot of purple in the middle. But this is what the full flag looks like for the kingdom. It's quite cool. Now here's the rich part again. It's got a bit laggy. This is the main building. So this is the city hall, which contains, because different countries are contained in our empire, they get represented. And also as missing flags. So this is Pink Tower. So you've got cookeries, rooms. So all these rooms will be owned by state officials, some politicians and that. If you're higher up, you get this room. Next floor would be more rooms. More rooms. See, this tower is full of rooms. It's housing. But you have to have a pretty quiet house. Here's the office. This is where the leader goes, and that's not my character. That's the other character. Yeah, jokes in here. So this is the main office. As you can see the entire kingdom from here. You got upper floor. It's the relaxation zone. So it's fake grass and somewhere you can just breathe into some fresh air. Ignore the camp over there. I did say we're not a society. We're not capitalism. We're not communism. We're not fascism. But we are an empire which is very questionable. That's what you want to say. So here's the offices. Here's the personal boss's room. Here's offices for the local government. As you can tell, the local government doesn't sort problems. So this one's probably the war minister would be up here. The minister of so we have, well, we don't have ministers, but we have the ministers, because it's really cool. So we've got the business, we would have the war, and we would have the environmental. The environmental, we class everyone under environmental, so people, environment. This is the main office. And this up here is a super weapon, just disguised as a giant looking bit of a tower. Because why not? Let's go down again. You gotta go down all these stairs. This ain't even the first tower I'm gonna build. Like, this is one of many I want to build. There'll be many more to come. So to have a room, it's £100 per month. Charges. Yas. Everything's a joke and propaganda. Have curfew. Outsider. Right. So the local town hall. This is a gate for many reasons. This is the exit for if I go to 5. So this is the incineration building. It's where they incinerate every bit of propaganda and anything that doubts your allegiance. Here's all the countries that are under this. You notice the map gap between Americans. Some Americans get the rights to come in this country. This is the world after the world went to shit. So this is part 2. But humans still know what shit is, and radiation's all gone. So yeah, that's just a bit of backstory. Whatever, gods and that. I'll get into that later. So America's fucked. Yeah, the American flag does look like this now. There are no stars. All the states are gone. So the Indian Americans, some of them, barely any get in here. We have the Polish, the Germans, the Swedish, the Japanese, all the British, all the nations under our empire. So we have those 2 parts there, the Welsh. I can't make the Welsh flag, but it's so annoying. And then we have the small towns that we conquered. So what will happen in here is we'll build up the empire. Now, on that statement of this is an empire, and that is a super thing we don't allow and don't talk about. There's many buildings, different countries, buildings and trains. We've got trading centres of trains. We've got this place which is just a lighthouse, but with defences. Look, it's got a defensive structure to it. And that's the point. Everything in our kingdom, we are ready for an invasion. Any supplies from traders outside the kingdom don't even come near the kingdom. And that's why the warships are like there. They're to be the point. If you try and cross the waters, you'll get killed. But the only way you get stuff in and out of our kingdom is by the outside traders, which is this place. I think I've shown it before. So let's, where's the trade? I don't use this enough. Alright, there it is. So, and here's the traders. You don't use a train cart. That's just normally for supplies coming in. You sell your stuff, and they tell you to leave. Here's the paperwork. Here's storage. Here's where the cart, the chest cart normally is on here, but just for this. As you can see, you'd go onto the top. So you get the point. So trading would happen. Let's say a cart of trading stuff came in. This is trader's cart. After the stuff is sent, train is sent back. I destroy it when it gets over. It's sent back through the tunnel. The reason why is, the reason why we don't let traders come like right up to our border is that's a threat. They could bring a weapon over. Still got the right or the law up, so when I do that when I can. I write some law. I get a book and I write a bunch of law in it and how this world works, and then I write some books in the game, which might take hours, but I do it to put the law in the game as well, so you can see it. Some more law, if you want some. Yes, there is a death count. Now, explain why. We've watched stars everywhere, by the way. Explaining why we have a death camp is kind of interesting. So, we have a death camp because in our society, if we don't like doing. Also, by the way, this is all just mountains, by the way. I did demolish and flatten an area just for this. It took a while, a lot of effort. You can see all the digging. But we have this giant death camp, and it says death camp. We're not lying about it. Gas chambers do not enter. Unlike like the Nazis and that, who denied, you know, they were killing people in camps. We openly send people in the camp, shut the doors, lock them in, kill them for reasons. Up here is the labs. These actually work. And if you want to know how, I've got working tubes down here with two different things. You can actually code. So you get the point. This is killing people. I haven't built much of this camp because I haven't had time. But you can see this is have patrol borders. I'm gonna have guard towers and all that. This is a project I was in a heat moment. I was like, yeah, I want to build this, and I went, yeah, this is fun. But it got a bit tedious, and I left it for a bit to build something else I quite enjoy. Now, there's some different bits to note. Like we have this, the original parts of building. A lot has changed in this game since I built this. So these are original builds, and you'll notice that if you notice bits and bobs, which is really annoying. So this is the mine. Now our kingdom, because Minecraft with mines of course, but our kingdom's based on its resources. We could live on, I don't know, we have mining industries everywhere because we're a kingdom built of resources. This is one. There's a reason why there's like a little wall around it, because I wouldn't have had it without a wall. But this is where prisoners go to mine, so they go down here, and you'll notice there's a lot. There would normally be a guard up here making sure prisoners go down and up. Down here's one floor. You can see all the wood I've got everywhere. It's like it's being reinforced. It goes down here. You see all the mines down here. Those are a different part of a mine, by the way. That's a different mine. This part over here. Different tunnels. To show you. That will show you how deep it is and how far. It's quite big. I have dug my way through here. So down here is the underground kingdom. I built partly. So this is meant to look like metal beams, but it's wood obviously. So this is supposed to look like we're building the kingdom down here. So this is the extra kingdom that's being built. And there's the protective ladder, bits of chain holding bits of structure up, lots of scaffolding around, because this is being built. That's the point. I would never actually build anything on it. The point is this is being built, and the bridges are being repaired and that, because this is meant to be the newer kingdom, right? The underground parts that you're not meant to know about. People in this kingdom, as far as these lot know, who aren't in power, there is no war going on. But there is actually a war going on. Here's the Lighthouse, which is nighttime active. Unlike this one and the ports one, which are always on. As you can see, the lighthouses are actually in line. 1, 2, 3. Now you're like, why are the lighthouses on here when the ocean's not there? Well, that's a good point. But fuck it. In here there'll be loads of submarines. That's a small submarine, that's a big submarine. You get the point. We're a very naval nation. Actually, how does this thing go? I mean, I could claim to, yeah. I could claim this has such future technology it teleports, but I can't be asked to talk about that right now. Yeah, I'll make something later. So, the kingdom's very big, very powerful. I've talked about that. It's very, it's not a complete, it's not a republic. It's not, it's an empire, but it's not like the other empires. Other empires you have rights. Here you're a citizen, and I think of it more of Warhammer. If you think of which faction I'm thinking of, you know which one it is. No, I'm not talking about the heretics. You know, it's, you know which one it is. If you know, you know. And that's what this kingdom's all about. this kingdom's, you're a person, and that's your number, piece of paper, gonna hold your job. So here's the docks. There's two. I've built one ship. I'm gonna build many ships out here. One there, probably one there, because that's the point. This is an ocean busy. We're a very busy kingdom. Now, in case I haven't shown this, you haven't watched the video. This is the trading center. Here's some bits I'm going to do later. Here's small trading ships. They have 2 chests, and here's the control room. And that is it. This is the small ships. This one is the same. They are literally identical ships in size and everything. And then back here we've got the coal transfer. To explain what that means, look, we have blocks of coal in there. Yeah, so we transport coal. Now, if you're continuing watching, I hope you are. Thank you very much if you have. I was talking about the logbooks earlier, and this will be here. Technically, it's logbooking. This is for ships and traders to log payments and trade routes. So, as you write books, the sense is fine. So in here you would have a lot of members. So you go up to a person would have a book. You'd read that book, you'd be like, yep, I'll write that all down, everything. Then all those books would be brought down here into these files. Then these files would be taken later to a government building to store. They'll be sent off to another king, to the bigger kingdom, because this is the smallest kingdom, let's say. It's one of the smallest ones there is. So the bigger one than this, there's one, I don't know, 2 times bigger than all those outer walls. That is the entire kingdom below, all that outer wall and all the outer bits. Bigger than that is just the entire world, an entire Minecraft world, just as a kingdom. It's a hive mind type of world, massive, overcranked type of world, and in that they have libraries as big as this entire building, and as big as this kingdom is just a library where all the trading routes are. So you can get the point. This is tiny, microscopic. If Minecraft would let me, I would build that, but that would take too much time. So you get the point. I'm making the point that this is nothing. This kingdom's small, weak and powerless. But anyway, apart from that kingdom is another place. So we have to go out of this. So the law is a bit more complicated than trust. You know SCPs. They exist in this world too. Here is I feel I'll talk later. Thank you for watching. We'll get on with the law in another video. Like, comment and subscribe.